This is an overview of the Vlookup function in Excel. Quite often we don't want to type in each person's name. We're actually using a salesperson's number, or we might have a customer number. And what we can do, it's just no different than a reference sheet on a hard copy scenario. You would refer to a salesperson number and then return the person's name. So what we're going to do is work through this process with the VLOOKUP example. So what I've done already is I've set up all the various customer numbers. Notice the very first column, this will be my reference table for the VLOOKUP. I'm going to be working with a sorted customer number sequence. Second column over is basically the customer name. Likewise, I've done that for the sales number. And then a little bit different situation, we're going to refer to the sales amount, basically this amount, and we're going to return a percentage in terms of how much commission a salesperson receives for each sale. So let's go and get started by going in and doing the sales name lookup. So we're going to go in and insert a function. And if you notice on the drop down for categories, this will be in the lookup and reference area. Come down to VLOOKUP, do OK. The lookup value, we're going to be looking up the salesperson number. The table array will be over here, and we're looking up the salesperson. So we're going to go down to the sales number. I'm not going to use the labels here. This is just for reference for my own sake, for documentation. How many columns over do we go? This is the column number in a table array from which the matching value should be returned. The first column of values in the table is column 1. So this is column 1. So we want to return the values in column 2. So I will simply hard code 2 in this situation. The range lookup is optional. By default, we are assuming that the leftmost column in the table arrays are going to be sorted. If they are not sorted, we need to type in false right here, and that will allow us to look up the values correctly. I always sort my leftmost column. That way I don't have to worry about remember to put in false in this situation. Notice Jones is the value that's returned already by what I've typed in. That's number 1. Notice number 1 is Jones. I'm going to drag this formula all the way down, so what I want to do is reference this table each time. So I'm going to do F4. Do OK. Double click, and down comes the information. Notice we can come all the way down here. Here's Sanchez that got returned for a value of 3. That appears that we're doing things correctly. Let's go do a new one. Customer name. I'm going to go to Insert. Go to the VLOOKUP again. Do OK. Lookup value for this one will be the customer number. In this case, customer number is this area. Absolute reference. Absolute reference by pressing F4. 2 columns over. Do OK. Again, Bellino appears like we're doing it correctly. Double click. Quals is number 9. Quals is number 9. This is a major time saver as far as making this work a little bit quicker as far as data entry on commission. Notice also if for some reason sales number 1, let me just make an example here. If I change the sales name from Jones to Corman, notice everything gets updated automatically. So I'm going to revert it back, Control Z, back to Jones. Commission percent. On commission percent, what I've done is I've done a range of sales amounts. What this is saying is that any sales amount from $0 all the way up to $49.99 will return a commission percent of 1%. Anything between $50 and $99.99 will return a value of 1.5%. Anything $500 and greater will be 4%. The major feature in this VLOOKUP scenario is that on the sales amount, you have to type in the lowest possible occurrence for sales amount. So if you actually had a negative sales amount, I would have to start off this table with a negative number in order to capture every possible value that might be included in sales. So let's go in and show how this works. So in this commission percent, again, what we're going to do is go in, VLOOKUP, okay. Lookup value is the dollar amount, table array, the sequence, absolute reference with F4, column index value is second value over, do OK. I'm going to go and format this to percentage, double click, and notice how this works. So here's $117.24. That's between $100 and $500, 2%. Let's find one that's over $500. I believe we have some down here a little bit further. Here's one, $552.84. There's a 4%, just like it's supposed to work. So this makes it very, very helpful. Let me show you how we can do this also with by adding comments. Get busy, doing good, doing better, excellent. So these are the comments I've added. So let's do another VLOOKUP for comments. So again, we're going to go into VLOOKUP. Click on the VLOOKUP. OK. Lookup value. Again, I'm going to come back to the total. Table array. I'm coming down and I'm going to highlight the entire table. F4. Now I'm going over to the third column to get the comments. Do OK. And again, this appears to be working very, very well. So get busy when you only got 1% for between the $0 and the $50. So all this appears to be working. Let's go in and set up a VLOOKUP from scratch, and I'll show you how this works. I'm going to insert a column here, and I'm going to label this day of week. So I'm going to come on down here now and type in day of week. That'll be 1, 2. I'm going to highlight this on down until I get to the 7th. I'm going to change the format also so it won't be $ for days of week. To the general, do OK. For the day of week, this will be Sunday, Monday. And here's a good little trick also for doing sequences. I've highlighted Sunday and Monday to get started. Drag it down, that fills in the rest of the days for me. So again, now we've got it set up. Notice I've got this sequentially 1 through 7. I'm going to come in and do the VLOOKUP. I'm going to do it right from the scratch by typing this in. I'm going to look up the weekday, comma, come on down and highlight the days of the week, F4, comma 2, and return. And notice Thursday is the 5th day of the week. First day of the week is Sunday. 7th day of the week is Saturday. So this appears to be working quite well as far as what we're doing. Let me show you what will happen if we end up not sorting this correctly. I've got this all scrambled. Notice that the first day of the week is Sunday. The 7th day of the week is Wednesday. That is not what we wanted by any means. So if I go back in and edit this formula and type in false, now you can see how this does work correctly. by not worrying about having it sorted on the leftmost column. The 5th day of the week is Thursday, 1st day of the week is Sunday, and so on and so forth. So this is a good overview of the VLOOKUP function. Hope this helps. For me, this is one of the most powerful functions in Excel that is a major time saver as far as reducing data entry errors because you're looking up information and filling the information in by some reference number. Hope this helps. Have a good day.